Ontario legislature, a great act of duplicity and political theater was perpetrated on the people of Ontario. A motion was passed in the legislature by less than 50% of the elected members.
So how are things going through? By people not showing up to start, to do voting as we elect all of our MPs, no matter who they are.
6 people voted to continue and to extend the Premier's dictatorial, arbitrary, and unilateral.
66% of all of your MPs were for the continuation of this nonsense.
Emergency powers for another 7 months until December 1st of this year. 22 members voted against that motion. However, 66 members failed to show up. And it's important to realize
we are paying people millions of dollars to not show up. They could do it by satellite, like they have all of our court systems today, but they don't do it.
The Ontario legislature altered its House rules to ensure that all members could vote on every motion, on every bill during COVID. We changed the rules to permit members to vote in the...
Remember my phrase all the time. The government makes the laws for them to break the laws, for us to follow the laws, which means there is no laws because they make it up as they go along.
Being socially distanced rather than at their desks and having a roll call, which has been the historical method of voting. But 66 chose not to. But there was also a secondary manner in which happened during this vote. And that is, it was an act of collusion between the government House.
The act of collusion has been going on for so long under private sector and private meetings. This is why I want to take it away.
Of the Conservative Party, the NDP Party, and the Liberal Party. They purposely colluded to ensure that the vote would pass.
They are setting it up this way all through your government, each and every one of them behind private sector and private meetings. You people better get an understanding of the reality of taking this away.
Had the NDP, in all honesty, had all their members there, they would have defeated this motion. But they...
So the NDP would have shown up and would have made sure that Doug Ford wouldn't have got it. All across, you have question and answer on CP24 News and everything like that, showing question and answers, but they don't tell you about the real things behind the scenes of private sector and private meetings, of private phone calls that they make to government collusion against us, which I've been claiming for over 10 years.
They kept their members away. And let's not forget, on May 22nd, just over a week earlier, the Premier announced his Reopening Ontario plan, his 3-step plan, which failed to actually articulate a free and open Ontario.
This was the plan from the beginning, though. We have never been a free, open Ontario, and we're never going to be again. As you hear Doug Ford coming out there going, we have the one from India that is so brutal now. This is the never-ending story that you people do not understand yet.
Step plan for additional or changing restrictions on our freedoms, but no step to actually get Ontario back to normal or a free and functional society. He announced that reopening plan on May 22nd.
So they have no intentions of how to do it. Are they waiting on their health professionals like Dr. Williams, who's been against them, and Doug Ford has came right out and said that, you know, he's waiting on his opinion, but he doesn't listen to his opinion. We have this guy here, right here, Randy Hilliar, who is an MP, who doesn't really give a care about it all, who knows that this is the greatest scandal. We have exactly $9 trillion given over to corporations, $2.8 trillion given over to us. And as long as they keep the big corporations happy, like McDonald's, Tim Hortons, and all the rest that are closing down during this pandemic, do you think the $2,000 that they gave away is something? My God. We are in so much trouble. To my son who is holding our camera here right now, man, I really feel sorry for the rest. We are going into a different thing that you've never seen before. I have people coming out there going, buddy, you think you're going anywhere wearing that shirt? I'm going, could you tell me a government person who has been honest and has told the truth? This individual here had to wait until he was kicked out, just like all the rest. Anyone goes against anything, you are kicked out. Will I be able to run for premier coming out because I'm against it? We're going to have to wait and see. This is just the most ridiculous thing that you've ever heard. From an MP telling you that they're all government collusion against you, and you just sit there and go, my party's going to win. $10 million a year, your NDP party, your Conservative party, your Liberal party, use our money for their advertisement. As you have Andrea Horvath out there all the time on Question Period going, Doug Ford should be doing this, as you're not showing up your party to destroy Ontario. And you're going, vote NDP, vote Conservative, vote Liberal, vote Green. Wow. You better start voting independent, because that's all we have left.